Get ready, bowling fans, because we're back. It is time for the Denny's PBA Tour. We're coming off an unforgettable year. Danny Wiseman winning the Masters in Milwaukee. Yeah, baby! Yeah! Chris Barnes breaking through his first major, the U.S. Open. Patrick Allen emerging as Player of the Year. Walter Ray Williams Jr. and his amazing shot. But that was then, and this is now. We're ready to showcase for you the world's best bowlers and show you why Sundays are for bowling. We have 21 weeks to build a champion, and it all starts here today in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the season opener for the Denny's PBA Tour, and it comes your way next on ESPN. From the Donald W. Reynolds Center on the University of Tulsa campus in Tulsa, Oklahoma, ESPN brings you the season opener of the Denny's PBA Tour. We have 4 finalists, all bidding for $40,000 and a title, which would give them a 1-year tour exemption. Now our 4 finalists are ready to roll.
From Flower Mound, Texas, he has captured 6 Denny's PBA Tour titles, including his first major last season at the U.S. Open, Chris Barnes.
Last year's win at the U.S. Open helped Chris Barnes leap a major mental hurdle. Can he now parlay that major victory into Player of the Year honors?
Last season was a career best as he captured his first Denny's PBA Tour title. From New Albany, Indiana, Mike Wolfe.
Mike Wolfe came out on tour as a pure power player, but after revamping his game, he's become more versatile and has proved that he can now play any part of the lane. Yeah! Watch out, this Wolfe is on the prowl.
This week's average leader, his strike percentage was over 70%. And today he looks to capture his first title. From Austin, Texas, Big Wes Malott.
Wes Malott got himself into shape during the offseason. That, along with one of the strongest strike balls on tour, is going to make him a force to be reckoned with.
Champion of 5 of the last 22 tour events, he's won 13 consecutive TV matches. From Greenville, South Carolina, Tommy Jones.
With 4 wins last year and his 5th coming last month in Japan, TJ is the hottest player on the planet. And when he can play left of his opponents like he will do today, nobody beats Tommy Jones.
These are your finalists competing for the 2005 Denny's PBA Tour Tulsa Championship.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Tulsa, Oklahoma, a brand new season on the Denny's PBA Tour. Dave Ryan alongside my partner, as always. Welcome back, buddy, Randy Peterson. Nothing quite like opening day, Randy, in any sport. Baseball, basketball, football, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. The anticipation is always there.
It really is. It's been a long summer, a lot of days off, and the anticipation of opening day, I know that there's been a lot of anxious people, fans, players, myself included, looking forward to a great season.
What a year we have, Randy, in terms of storylines from this opener here in Tulsa in October all the way through the season-ending regular season event, the Dexter Tournament of Champions in April in Connecticut. There are so many stories to follow. Which are the top you're looking at now?
A lot of stories, Dave Ryan. I think first and foremost you have to talk about Walter Ray Williams Jr. and his quest to tie Earl Anthony's 41 career titles. Also, Patrick Allen, can he repeat and have the same kind of year he had last year? The reigning Player of the Year made over $350,000 last season. Or is Tommy Jones going to step up and say, you know what, the Player of the Year honors is mine? Nobody's won more tournaments in the last 12 months than Tommy Jones. But you know what? You really have to look at Chris Barnes, I think, Dave. Yes! After he won the U.S. Open last season, it really changed him mentally. And there's a lot of players on tour that believe Chris Barnes is the best player out here. If Chris Barnes starts to believe that, look out, he's going to be a handful.
And Randy, look out for our audience today. Do we ever knock your socks off with a tremendous first matchup? Barnes and Jones, two superstars of our tour, and maybe a building rivalry here.
I think you're right on there, Dave Ryan. TJ and Chris Barnes, the freewheeler versus the technician. Both create a lot of revolutions. Both have high backswings. Tommy Jones likes to go around it. Look for Chris Barnes to go much straighter. Semifinal number 2, Wes Malott, Mike Wolfe. Again, both high rev guys. Malott likes to hook it. Wolfe, with his new swing, likes to stay square to the lane. Malott, the only non-winner, I should say, in the telecast today.
All righty, now we'd like to welcome a new member of our crew. Your lane level is Erica Herskowitz, joined by Chris Barnes and Tommy Jones.
Thank you very much, Dave. I'm here with Tommy Jones and Chris Barnes. And first to Tommy. Tommy, you've had amazing success on TV of late, winning 13 straight televised matchups. However, the last time you faced Chris Barnes, it was in the Motel 6 special event, and he beat you. How does that affect your approach today?
Well, that was definitely a heartbreaker, but Chris is a great bowler, and he brings a great game every time he comes to bowl. So I'm going to have to bowl a good game today to revenge that loss.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Now, Chris, you're getting set to face the hottest bowler in the world right now, and some might say that your quest to be the best begins today in Tulsa. What do you have to do to beat Tommy Jones today?
Well, I have to come with everything I got, but we're in an arena. I have my family here. I'm bowling the hottest player on tour. This is the place to be on Sundays.
Good luck. Dave, back to you.
Okay, thank you. Our two great bowlers are ready. And on the line, season opening. Denny's PBA Tour event, $40,000, 25,000 very valuable tour points as well. And as we mentioned, tour exemption for next year. To make that exempt field of 64. Tommy Jones will get us underway the 2005-2006 Denny's PBA Tour season. Starts now. Great ball from TJ.
You'll see a lot of that today where the ball looks like it's headed right for the gutter, but on the cheetah padding, Dave, it's a lot of friction to the outside part of the lane, and that's what the players are going to be throwing into all day long.
Here's Chris Barnes from the Dallas Metroplex. Full pin up for him. And his first ball, the new season on TV.
Here's the thing about playing that friction to the right. If you get the ball there a little too early, it's going to go high on you. Real important that you get the ball to the break point the same way every time. A little more room to get to the pocket than we normally have on the PBA Tour. This is the highest scoring pattern we use, but you still got to get it there the right way.
Saw the great numbers this week. Single pin conversions takes care of that. Our Ace Hardware matchup, first of the year here on TV. Randy, between Barnes and Jones, how do you see it?
Well, this looks pretty even all the way across the board to me. I mean, average just about the same. A lot of stuff that looks very similar. But remember, keep in mind, the last time these two players met was at the Motel 6 World of Riches special event. Chris Barnes took down Tommy Jones.
For a PBA event record $200,000 first place prize. It was a winner-take-all event. Simpsonville, South Carolina, near Greenville, Spartanburg. That's where Tommy Jones comes to us. Originally from Malden, South Carolina, that same area. He and his wife Kristen have just moved into a new house, 5-bedroom, that they closed on. Before he left for Japan, and of course he won another Japan Cup, 2 in a row for him.
And he finished second the year before that. So he goes second, first. They should change the name of the Japan Cup to the Tommy Jones Domorigato Gozaimasu Open.
Nice pronunciation.
Thank you. I've been to Japan a few times.
I know you have. Jones. Perfect shot. His line in the pocket looks ideal as he shreds the rack. And Tommy Jones a couple years ago mentioning that Japan Cup lost to Chris Barnes in the final, 03, then 04. And 05, it was Tommy Jones winning. Could be the start of a huge year for Chris Barnes. First ever major championship last year. U.S. Open in Jersey. Can Tommy Jones stay hot? 13 straight TV wins, including 5 in Japan this year.
Amazing turnaround in a career. I've been on tour for 25 years, Dave, and watched this ball get out to the 1 or 2 board, saws the 10 out, and just what Tommy Jones has done in the last 12 or 13 months. You know, he made a couple of TV shows. Everybody had great expectations for him, and then all of a sudden, man, the floodgates opened up. 5 wins, 12 months.
This is reminiscent of that Motel 6 roll of riches we saw in Fort Worth, Texas, Randy, in April, where these two head-to-head and lots of strikes on the cheater pattern. Over his last 9 TV final appearances, struggles, but the 1 win came in a big one. Broke through with his first major in New Jersey at last year's U.S. Open. The PBA Tour's website has a brand new look, some brand new features. In addition to all the latest PBA news, you can gear up for the new tour season by shopping at the PBA's online store. All new PBA merchandise, including t-shirts, bowling jerseys, and much more now available at PBA.com. Doesn't get the help. Our first split of the TV season.
Chris Barnes rotates around this shot early because he's going really straight from out. When you do that, it goes right through the nose. He pays the ultimate price. 4-6-7.
Yikes, 0 for 10 this week. Make it 0 for 11. And an early open frame may be very difficult to overcome against the red-hot Tommy Jones.
The way you play this pattern is if you're going to play out and go straight, you got to keep your hand up the back to control, change the direction down the lane. When you're playing in like Tommy Jones, Wes Malott, you can get away with a little bit of early turn. When you're playing out and up the lane, you can't afford to do that.
Turkey to start for Jones, looks for the front 4. And a great beginning to this tour season on TV. Has it. Shreds the rack.
That was, this ball looked like a can opener going in through the pocket there. Just kind of opened the pins up. That was a very interesting strike. You could see his ball getting out to the side and just wheeling back.
Look at the run for TJ. This all started about a year ago. Won in Japan. Won 3 more events on tour. Didn't lose on TV. Won 5 straight TV matches this year in Japan. I mean, it has been an incredible streak. That's high. Lost the look on that lane. Finally, a bit of a struggle for Jones.
Now, what happened was an over-anxious fan started cheering before Tommy let go of it. That's exactly what just happened. Watch this.
That's a good break.
Split numbers this week. For Jones, who makes his first ever career back-to-back TV appearances. Japan now here at Tulsa. Hello. Knocks it down. Huge spare and a cover for Jones, who avoids the open frame.
These guys that can hook it, they're also really good at making this split. I watched Pete Weber make a career out of making a split that looks very similar to that, just out the 10 pin. The hook guys are really good at that. Chris Barnes answer.
Better shot here.
The 5th frame after an open frame in the 4th. High flush.
Chris had a busy summer. His wife Linda competing for
Take my
US
second one here.
women's bowling team. She was in Costa Rica, traveling the world. For several weeks, it was Mr. Mom roll for Chris Barnes. With the twins, Ryan and Troy. Barnes calls for the re-rack. Get 2. Looks for the double here, 6th frame.
Strike here, Chris Barnes can cut Tommy Jones' lead to 21.
Just that. Shreds the rack again. And you heard the confident boast from Barnes. Not going anywhere. We told you it was a tremendous first match of our TV coverage here on the Denny's PBA Tour. Barnes Jones. Semi-final. More coming up. Midway through this first semifinal, Tommy Jones, a 21-pin lead on Chris Barnes. Jones coming off an unbelievable year. 4 titles. The last to win 4 in 1 year. Parker Bowen III in 01-02. 6 top 10s. Really a season Jones will never forget.
Well, it means a lot to go because it means I bowled good the year before and it was in the top 16. And that's something I always wanted to do. I heard so much about how they treat you over there in that tournament. It's the best of the best. Their guys versus our guys. And now that it's a long format, and to me, winning the long format, that means a lot. It means that I could bowl good for a whole week, 52 games. Now to go back and defend, that was pretty awesome, especially to go through the field. Because 3 years now, I bowled for the title, and the year I lost to Barnes, I won 4 matches on TV there too. So that that meant a lot to go through the field, and then to bowl Norm. It's a tournament that Norm's always wanted to win. And he was fired up, and to get through that match was a lot.
Great run for Tommy Jones. 2 years in a row in Japan. The 5 million yen, by the way, about 50,000 American dollars. We're on the cheetah pattern, Randy Peterson Day. Break it down for us.
Cheetah pattern, 35 feet, Dave. It's the shortest pattern we use. And when you go real short with the old pattern, that's going to create a lot of hook, especially down the lane. Why not have a long backswing to try to throw the ball harder? But there's 2 ways to play this old pattern. Extreme outside, nice and straight, which is your red line. Keep your hand up the back. Or you can loop-de-doop it like Wes Malott and Tommy Jones. Move in and throw to that spot. But either line is going to have one thing in common. You're still throwing to the same break point down the lane.
5 perfect games this week. Norm Duke had 1. Joe Ciccone works in our TV production crew when he's not out competing on TV. Exempt member of the tour. Also a 300 game this week. Back to Jones, up by 21. Perfect shot again, Tommy Jones.
Again, getting it to the hook spot down the lane. There's friction there. Players know there's friction there, and friction, when it's down the lane and not in the front part of the lane, is your friend.
Well, as fabulous as Jones has been, with his 4 wins last year, another win at Japan Cup, he's still not exempt for next year. And he said not bowling well at the U.S. Open, an event won by Chris Barnes in Jersey last February, provided real motivation for him in this offseason leading up to Japan. He wants to be top of the world, player of the year. He's got a 9-pin now.
And quite honestly, if he makes the telecast at the U.S. Open, he probably wins player of the year for last season. And he knows that tournament cost him having a chance to win the award. Again, more motivation.
Finished 52nd that week at the U.S. Open. Single pin spare. Has it. The 13 straight TV wins for Tommy Jones are 3 shy of the all-time record. Jim Pensack has it at 16. So if Jones wins 2 here, he'll have 15, still 1 shot. Done between 89 and 91 for Pensack. Back to Barnes.
Beautiful. And with 1 more strike, Chris Barnes is going to cut the deficit to 1. You see the 2 lines the players are playing. You can see that Tommy Jones is about an error or so left of Chris Barnes, but how both bowling balls ride on top of one another at about 35 to 40 feet. That's the break point. That's the friction down the lane. That's what the guys are using as a bumper to get their ball back to the pocket.
8th frame, looks for the 4-bagger. Has to hurry.
Oh!
10-pin. Would have been big. Trying to catch Tommy Jones. Ringing 10.
That's about the biggest ring in 10 you'll ever see. That is a professional ring in 10.
Barnes needs this certainly, and covers for his mark. Chris told us the huge payday in Fort Worth at the Motel 6 World of Riches was a capper on a great season. Just did win the one tournament, though, the U.S. Open. Tommy Jones last night said to us that Chris really is the best bowler overall on tour right now. Most versatile. Most technically sound. Well, if Chris is the most versatile, Tommy's the hottest. Trying to keep it up today in Tulsa. Good shots like that. Shreds the rack one more time.
Yeah, he ripped the rack in half there again. That's what revolutions, power, and being young will do for you. I don't know anything about that power stuff anymore, Dave.
I'm not going to mention the youth part. Jones at 26, by the way. Wes Malott, Mike Wolfe, next semifinal. Wes looking for his first ever Denny's PBA career tour title. Mike Wolfe has won one in Medford, Oregon last year. Earl Anthony Classic. That was an emotional day. Walter Ray Williams Jr. did make that show, had a chance to tie the late great Earl Anthony's record, tour title mark of 41. Ray won early last season. Suburban Cleveland had several chances to tie the record, couldn't do it. Maybe this year he will. Back to Jones. 10-pin.
Yeah, and that was a weak 10 and something you don't see Tommy Jones leave a whole lot of. You can see Tommy Jones right here after he lets go of this. He's on his knees. He wants this hit real bad because he knows that if he strikes in the 9th frame, it doesn't matter what Chris Barnes does in the 9th and 10th. He can't shut Tommy Jones out. With a spare here, Tommy Jones can strike out to shoot 236 in the 9th, or excuse me, in the 10th frame. Chris Barnes, if he strikes out in the 9th and 10th, will only shoot 234.
Foundation frame for Barnes now. Works on a spare into his 9th frame. A large group of family members here coming from Topeka, Kansas, where he was born. Looks for help late on a trip of the 7 and can't get it. And that spells trouble.
Yeah, you have to ask yourself, you know, was this caused by the 4-pin he left on the left lane? This one going light. Chris needs to make this, strike out in the 10th, and then hope for another big fat split from Tommy Jones in the 10th frame.
Takes care of that 7-pin. Here's Mom Joy, Sister Laura Sullivan. His nieces, nephews, Carly and Cody are here. Cousin and his son are here. 4.5 hours from his hometown of Topeka, Kansas. Wife Linda and the twins, of course, have been here watching as well. There she is. Linda, very good bowler in her own right. But she told us a few minutes ago, twins didn't sleep so well last night. We'll be glad to go back home to Dallas. Ryan and Troy see Dad with a big shot there.
Chris doing what he needs to do. 2 more strikes here. Make Tommy Jones show up in the 10th frame. Best he can shoot is 223. Tommy Jones going at a 226 pace. When I say that, I mean that if he goes strike spare, that'll give him 226.
So some pressure shots for Barnes. Came through with a couple of those against Norm Duke. Round of 8, a 7-gamer. Comes in high, another split.
All but over now. Tommy Jones needs to keep it on the lane in the 10th frame. You know, this is the way Chris played the lanes early on all week, nice and straight. When they started to break down, he moved in. You can see that ball just Too much hook down the lane, right through the face, almost leaving the Greek church. How about that spare?
Takes care of it beautifully. What a mark there for Chris Barnes on a split. It's a big-time shot. And now Jones just needs the 9 pins for victory.
Almost as good as Walter Ray's Big Four last year.
First time it was ever done on TV in tour history in Atlanta. Wasn't that exciting? Well, Duke won that day. Jones needs 9 to keep the streak going.
Wow.
Has 10. And he is through to the final. Flirting with disaster along that channel with an incredible hook.
You know, wise man once said, trust is a must or your game is a bust. Tommy trusted that one pretty good, didn't he? Looked like it was headed for 0. Wheels back and gets 10. He moves on.
14 TV match wins in a row, Randy. What are your thoughts on this streak? It's incredible.
It is, especially with the format and you know, the different lane conditions. He's proving that he's awfully tough to beat. And you know, when we came in this morning, our stat guy Tony Reyes, PBA professional exempt player, said nobody's beating Tommy today.
Well, so far Tony's 1 for 1.
Nothing like going with the favorite there, Tony. Way to step out on the limb.
Jones will move to 18-1 now on TV over the past 2 years. 4 TV appearances last year. Japan this year. Now here in Tulsa, another win for Tommy Jones as he takes Chris Barnes in the first semifinal. He'll take on either Wes Malott or Mike Wolfe in the final here from Tulsa, going for another championship. Can the hottest player on tour stay sizzling hot? We'll find out. Much more on the way from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Denny's PBA Tour season opener. Back, everyone. University of Tulsa, founded in 1894. A student enrollment of 4,174. Small private school, 58 undergrad programs, 33 grad level, and 10 doctoral programs. The student-teacher ratio here, excellent. 11-1. Nice small classes. I'd like to welcome in Margaret Jenkins, the Chief Marketing Officer from Denny's. For the first time in tour history, we've got a title sponsor. Very pleased to be joined by our wonderful partner, Denny's.
I think so, too.
Official family restaurant of the PBA Tour all year long. Mike Wolfe getting set to take on Wes Malott. Mike Wolfe last year, not this summer, but last year had to compete in the Tour Trials, and that wasn't easy. There's so much pressure involved for all those great bowlers trying to make the exempt field. This past June in Maryville, Indiana, a large field of bowlers competed for 10 spots trying to become exempt for this year's Denny's PBA Tour season. Chris Loschetter was the top qualifier.
This is the most pressure I've ever felt in my life for 1 week. It just hands down, because it's so overwhelming. And if you finish 11th, the difference between 10th and 11th is everything.
As was the case in the inaugural Tour Trials last year, when the dust settled, many great bowlers fell a little bit short, something Loschetter acknowledged.
I'm really shocked because I've seen a lot of guys work just as hard as I have that aren't going to make it this year, and it just amazes me that I'm so lucky and so blessed to just, you know, to accomplish this.
One of the PBA greats who was on the outside looking in, Mr. 300, Bob Learn Jr.
Everybody knows me as a professional bowler, and you know, I've built my life around that with companies that I'm affiliated with, and I just certainly didn't want to see that go away. So I was trying to save everything I had here in 5 days.
The drama was intense down to the last shot on the last day. In the end, Bill O'Neill edged out Brian Smith for that final spot.
It's very tough mentally because you know, every time you split, you don't want to get yourself too down because it's such a long format. You can't go for splits. You have to get all the wood you can because it's, you know, like it showed today. I made it by 7 pins, so it's just getting the wood. It helped me out all week.
I was very aware of the situation because I knew not one of those guys was in the position that I was going into the last game. Knew what was going to happen. Last year, I got to experience it. All the adrenaline, everything coming down to the 8th, 9th, and 10th. I knew what to expect. I want another shot being on the tube. I want another chance to throw that big shot. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Now Richie Allen and 9 others have that chance as exempt members of the 2005-2006 Denny's PBA Tour season. These are 10 of the 15 new exempt bowlers for the Denny's PBA Tour season. And 10 of the new bowlers are between the ages of 24 and 34. Some familiar names, some new, representing some different countries as well. Reyes Gomez from Colombia. Chris Loschetter, so brilliant, Randy, the World Championship last year, finishing second to Patrick Allen.
Yeah, he had a great run at Tour Trials, too. I don't think he ever fell lower than second or third for the 5 days. Just bowled great all week.
And a quick mention, too, that my partner Randy did very well there, folks. 13th, just falling a little bit short of that top 10 cut to get his card back. Speaking of things coming back, we can't wait. The PBA Tour Skills Challenge returns. We'll see some unbelievable shots like that last year from Brian Voss. How about Brad Angelo putting all those pins down? Mika Koivuniemen matched him, by the way, on that shot. Norm Duke loved it. Parker Bone III through all the chairs and a strike. Yeah, good luck, right? And the eventual champ, Mr. Chris Barnes, flying eagle, 2 lanes. What a shot.
Now we know what these guys are doing on their summer vacation.
Trick shots like that. Antonio Reyes. We know something about the flying eagle, too. Our second semifinal comes your way next. Who joins Tommy Jones in the championship match? We'll find out. It's either Mike Wolfe or Wes Malott from Tulsa. More on the way. Welcome back, everyone. The green country of northeast Oklahoma, this wonderful city of about 700,000 or so. Tulsa. Barnes Jones went to Tommy Jones in that first semifinal pretty easily. Wes Malott and Mike Wolfe are next head-to-head. Let's go back down to Erica Herskowitz, who's joined by the other 2 semifinalists.
Yes, I am, Dave. First off, we check in with Wes Malott. And Wes, you've obviously gotten yourself into some great physical condition for this season. How do you think that's going to help you through the grind of this year?
Well, I think it's going to be able to allow my arm swing to get looser, be able to make better shots, especially when it comes down to the end of the match when you need them to win. And that's kind of what I've been working on over the summer through the regionals, and have done well. So we'll see where it goes here on tour this year.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Now to Mike Wolfe. Mike, you won your first tour title last year, which means you didn't have to go through the summer of tour trials. How do you think that's going to affect your approach to this season?
Well, hopefully it's going to off to a good start this week. It'll get a little more comfortable for the rest of the season and can relax a little bit and know you're going to bowl good.
All right, thank you. Good luck. Back to you, Dave.
All right, Erica, thank you. Mike Wolfe, that big victory in Medford, Oregon last year. First ever title coming to us from New Albany, Indiana, near Louisville, right across the bridge into Kentucky. And the matchup head-to-head, this is the first these two have ever faced each other on television. Comes here today in Tulsa.
Going to be interesting to see which one of these players uses their mantelligence. Comes away with a victory. Because it's all about mantelligence, Dave.
Great shot. The start for Mike Wolfe, who reminds someone taking pictures down lane, please wait until I release the ball. That would be helpful. Wes Malott, Round Rock, Texas, not far from Austin. Great run last year in Grand Rapids. Made the TV show, but lost to Liz Johnson, who made history. First ever woman to be on a PBA Tour live telecast. She lost to Tommy Jones in the final. Big Wes gets going. Yeah, what a great
baby.
shot.
Come on. Hey. Looking for some love. He's not going to find any from Mike Wolfe. Wes Malott had the highest average this week, and he struck 70% of the time. So advantage Wes Malott, right? But hey, if it comes down to a spare shooting contest, advantage Mike Wolfe. But guess what? It's not going to come down to a spare shooting contest this week.
We shall see, my friend. 12-3 match play record. For Wes coming in. This TV show. Yeah! Gets late help on number 10. Down she goes. Went over Michael Fagan in 6 games in round of 8 the other night in Owasso, Oklahoma, which is a suburb of Tulsa.
Playing a similar line that Tommy Jones was using in the first match. So far, so good. Mike Wolfe playing the lanes a little bit closer to what Chris Barnes was doing, kind of in between the two. Very straight, up the back, high flush.
10 down the pit there for Wolfe. He's made 5 career TV shows. Last year, after that win in Medford, also made the Jackson Hewitt Tax Service Open, Akron, Ohio. 4th place finish there. Lost to Dave Traber 191-147. Match he told us last night, I'd like to forget quickly.
I guarantee you he's going to shoot a lot higher than 147 today. Oh, thanks. Are you kidding me?
8 stands.
Perfect shot, gets 9. And while you're at it, why don't you just step on his throat? See what he thinks about this. Thanks a lot.
A lot of hook to the spare there. Doesn't go with a plastic ball right at it.
Well, I mean, to make the 8-pin, it's a couple boards right of your strike ball. And with all the friction being to the right, it's pretty easy spare to make.
Wes Malott looks for his first ever title. This is his 4th career TV show. Lost a tremendous amount of weight in the offseason, down 25 pounds. He told us much better diet. And he feels better. 10 pin.
That ball was kind of spent by the time it got to the pocket, got it way outside, and by the time it got back, it ran out of energy, leaving the weak 10. So my suggestion to Wes, get yourself a handful, son. You're good at that.
Takes care of number 10 and has his mark. Wes told us cut out a lot of the carbs, the fried foods, more veggies instead of bread at meals, and it really has worked out well for him. Don't forget, next week, we're in the Denver area Mile High Classic. Denny's PBA Tour rolls on. Show number 2 of our brand new season. Last year's winner in the Rockies was Tommy Jones. And that was win number 2 of 4 for him last season. His brilliance continues this year. Yes! Great shot from Wes Malott.
Yeah, it really was. And, you know, with Wes losing all this weight, his old nicknames were Shrek and Beast. I mean, what do we call him now? Slim? Take a look at his footwork. Remember the issues last year with the fouling. Going over the fouling, he fouled at the Japan Cup in September a month ago. Said he changed to a new pair of shoes, hasn't had a problem since. I said, how long has it been? He says, a month.
You saw the different inserts there. Great look from our crew lane level with the different shoes Wes has. That comes in high. Look out big for Mike Wolfe.
It's exactly what we saw in the previous match. Chris Barnes going straighter. He was the only guy that went really high like that, except for the one bad shot Tommy Jones threw when he was distracted. But I think the way to play the lanes today is the way Wes and Tommy Jones are playing them, because you'll avoid that.
Trying to kick the 2 pins across. The 6 and the 10 to the 4-7. We saw Walter A. Williams Jr. do that last year in Atlanta. First time ever accomplished on TV. Nothing like the look back Walter A. gave to the deck that day. Did I just do that?
A look of amazement.
Oh, it was incredible for all of us. Well, now a huge hole for Mike Wolfe. Open frame in the 4th. Down 36. He beat another Mike Devaney. Round of 8 in 6 games to get here.
Beautiful.
Great adjustment. Different lane. Much better result, Mike Wolfe.
I think you really have to be impressed with what Mike Wolfe has done in terms of revamping his game. You know, when he first came out on tour, all he really did was hook the lane and circle it. And, you know, he was dedicated enough and willing to make the changes necessary to make him a better bowler out on the PBA Tour, and he's done that.
Finish up the story on Wes Malott last year. Had the 2 fouls in 1 match against Liz Johnson. Grand Rapids. Another great shot from Big Wes. But as he told us, Randy, last night, Liz still had to do well in the 10th frame of that close match. It was a 235-228 final.
I know, he tried to downplay it, but, the bottom line was, if he doesn't foul, he wins.
You'll notice the Motel 6 logo on the head pin. That's because it's the Motel 6 6th frame. Motel 6, the official lodging partner. The PBA offering $600 to any bowler who throws 6 straight strikes to start a match on TV.
Hey, Lucky.
Wanted it to be lucky. Came in high. 4-pin up for Wes Malott. And the bowler who does it the most times during our telecast this season also awarded $6,000 from Motel 6.
You see, there's the difference that I was talking about or alluding to earlier. When Wes makes the mistake, he goes 4-pin. Mike Wolfe makes the mistake, he goes big 4. And I think today, again, the best way to play the lanes is circling it and going around it. Hello.
Thought I heard something up there. I don't know if I did or not.
Hey, it's an arena finals, man. We got people taking pictures, a lot of sounds, a lot of bodies moving. It's all part of the arena experience. I know that firsthand.
Now, Wes has been in 4 TV shows in his career, Randy. 3 of those have come in arenas, including today. It's pretty amazing. And he told us yesterday he loves the big setting here. Fans right on top of you and the other centers, but not here. Takes care of that mark. But there are some distractions. This beautiful building here, the Reynolds Center, capacity of 8,355, home of the Tulsa Golden Hurricane college basketball team that has made the Sweet 16 3 times since '94. Here at bowling we're talking about today. Semifinal rolls on. Wolfe Malott from Tulsa, Oklahoma. About the midway point of the second semifinal, Tommy Jones threw already with a win over Chris Barnes in the first semi. Wes Malott, a 25-pin lead. Mike Wolfe works on a strike, though, with his next shot. We resume our weekly segments of the Dexter approach. And Randy Peterson, this week we're talking about the high backswing from all 4 bowlers.
That's the common denominator this week, and on a 35-foot pattern, you want to throw it faster, get the ball up in the air. See the high backswing of Chris Barnes, left arm in front. Wes Malott, same kind of deal. Mike Wolfe, same deal, left arm low, a little more of a crouch. And there's the high backswing of Tommy Jones. Bottom line, when the lane's hooked, you want to throw it faster, get your feet moving, get the ball up in the air. High backswings ruled this week.
We'll see who rules this second semifinal. Mike Wolfe in a bit of a hole here. Works on a strike.
And on a sadder note, earlier this month, the PBA and the bowling industry lost a true friend when Jim Maylander, the general manager of Dexter Sport, died after a brief battle with cancer. Jim was a lifelong proponent of our sport, and he will be missed by all of us. The PBA's sincerest condolences go out to the Maylander family.
Sixth frame for Wolfe. Oh boy. 7-10. Again, high shot from Mike Wolfe.
Just a little bit too far to the right, and that's your result. And it's because the angle that Mike Wolfe's playing, or the lack of angle, I should say. Only 3 players have ever made a 7-10 on television.
Last time all the way back to 1991, Tucson, Arizona, Jet State Rook.
My good buddy John Mazza made it once.
In 91, and Mark Roth in 1980.
And the great Mark Roth.
That's it on TV. Won't happen here today. And the lead expands from Malott, who's never won a TV match. Following your screen, you see the other finishers here who made match play. Gary Dickinson was the commissioner's exempt choice and got all the way to the round of 8 before losing to Tommy Jones in 5 games. Furthest a commissioner's exempt choice has ever gone.
62-year-old Gary Dickinson.
Right.
Hall of Famer Gary Dickinson.
He's 3 times won the PBA Senior Tour Player of the Year. 11 senior PBA titles. What a showing for him. That was fun to watch. Tom Doherty, because of Makis, a couple players who have rejoined the tour now after doing well with the tour trials over the summer. A big shot, Wes Malott.
Let's stay up here.
Trying to earn his first ever TV win. Neither Wes nor Mike Wolfe are particularly demonstrative, usually with their personalities. They're pretty quiet guys, but some intensity from Wes here today.
And a little slow motion again of the two angles that these players are playing, and it's very similar to match number one. Again, one guy inside hooking it, going third arrow out to the edge, and Mike Wolfe right at that. But as you see another perfect strike from Wes Malott, who has complete control of this match. You can't help but wonder if Chris Barnes and Mike Wolfe are saying to themselves, you know, maybe I should have tried to hook it more today.
45 events, folks. Wes Malott in his career with no titles as yet. His best finish, third place at the World Championships, Ypsilanti a couple years back, then third after that loss to Liz Johnson in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right now he has an enormous lead. Well, Wolfe does work on a strike here. 8th frame. Gets help late trip. Now the 8-pin.
He got a little wry smile looking back at the 8 that almost stood up again. It's kind of odd that as hard as Mike Wolfe's ball is going through the pocket, that the 8-pin would even have a chance to stand up.
Be sure to join ABC Sports live final round coverage of the Chrysler Championship. That's today, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Carl Peterson looks for his first PGA win. He's 9 under. Steve Lowry tied for the lead at 9 under as well. Multiple PGA Tour winner. Davis Love III, 3 strokes back. Comes your way on ABC today, 2 Eastern. Big shot again from Wolfe, who recently completed construction of a house in Indiana. He helped put together with a builder. Heavily involved in that. Would travel around PBA Tour with the blueprints downloaded to his laptop. 5-bedroom beauty, just got it done on a lake near Louisville, Kentucky.
Mike Wolfe's only chance now is to get some help from Wes Malott.
Goes for a 37-pin lead. Turkey has it.
Give me some love.
Right now, he just needs to fill the 10th frame with any kind of decent count.
Wes Malott is getting closer. Just needs 8 pins now to wrap this one up. It'll be his first ever TV victory, and he'll take on Tommy Jones for the title. He'll get 9 with a 10-pin standing, and that's it. Wes Malott has advanced to his first ever TV final, where he'll take on the world's hottest bowler, Tommy Jones. Waits off to the side. 10-pin from Malott. Streamlined version of Wes Malott. Looks great, having lost all that weight.
I can relax, baby.
He's gone down 1 pant size, 1 shirt size. Says it just feels tremendous to have that much less weight to worry about. Not a heavy workout guy, but really watch what he ate. And it's made a difference with a nice appearance in Japan. 9th place finish there, and now he's through in this semifinal over Mike Wolfe. He'll take on Tommy Jones for the title here in Tulsa. Maybe this is the year Wes Malott makes some real noise.
You see how he holds up physically? You know, a lot of times when you lose a lot of weight, things start to change. Apparently, his physical game is still there. He's real solid. Off to a great start for the 05-06 season. You're going to see a lot more of Mike Wolfe as well. I truly believe that. And I think Mike is, you know, he's rooming with Chris Barnes. He's obviously learned a lot. Chris Barnes is kind of the I guess the mold, or, you know, the guy that you want to kind of model yourself after. And he's pretty fortunate to have a guy that intelligent. And, you know, that greatness starts to rub off on you after a while. Kind of like working with you, Dave.
Why, thank you, partner. Nice of you to say. Mike Wolfe told us last night his first goal of winning that first ever title, which he did last year in Medford, has been attained. Wants to be in contention every week. Bull on a lot of shows. Well, he started off in style as he whiffs on a single pin conversion, but the match long since decided. And Wes Malott is through. We'll take on Tommy Jones, 236-209. Will Malott break through for his first ever win, or will the hottest player on the Denny's PBA Tour win yet again for the second time already this season? We'll find out. Final yet to come. Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, everyone. This past summer, the legendary longtime voice of the PBA, Chris Schenkel, passed away. For so many years, he graced the airways of ABC Sports with his classic presence and golden voice. His unparalleled work with the sport brought bowling into every household and helped the PBA Tour reach incredible levels of popularity nationwide. We will all miss one of the all-time great ambassadors of bowling, Chris Schenkel.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chris Schenkel here at the Thunderbird Lanes in Wichita for the sixth stop on the Professional Bowlers Association's exciting 1965 National Tour.
His 52nd 300 perfect game, but this by far the most valuable 100,000, ladies and gentlemen.
Now back to Pro Bowlers Tour, Chris Schenkel.
A disappointed brother-in-law here on my right. I think you ought to divorce him. I already have.
Back in 1998, the PBA changed the name of the Player of the Year award in honor of Chris Schenkel. And here now to present last season's Player of the Year is the President and CEO of the PBA, Fred Schreier.
Thank you, Patrick. It's my pleasure to present you with the 2005 Chris Schenkel PBA Player of the Year Award. Last year you had 3 titles, including your first major at the Denny's World Championships, 2 seconds at the US Open and the Masters. It was quite a year. Well-deserved, and a real pleasure for me to present this to you.
Thank you, Fred. I appreciate it. Thank you. Obviously, it's an honor to win this award. You know, you're voted on by your peers, and to win your award based on your peers voting for you is a definite thrill. I'd like to thank Doug Kent and Ebenet International for all the help along the way, too.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave, back to you.
What an unbelievable year for Patrick Allen. Most outstanding player for a good reason. Our Denny's PBA Tour on the road schedule. We are at the Mile High Classic in Denver next week. Brunswick Zone in Lakewood. And you see the Pro-Am event as well. November 2nd and 5th. Be sure to log on to PBA.com for tickets. Ability to purchase those online today. Also, Council Bluffs, Iowa, right after that, Thunder Bowl, as we continue with Pro-Am opportunities as well. Tommy Jones, Wes Malott, a title up for grabs in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Who takes the first TV show of the year here in the States? We find out next. Tulsa does have a Division 1A college football program. It's the smallest 1A school of all the 117 in terms of enrollment, just over 4,100 here at Tulsa. Great campus, beautiful weather we've had here in the last couple of days, although a little rain this morning. But things are great inside the Reynolds Center in Tulsa. O'Brien, Randy Peterson, Erica Herskowitz with us, joining us this year. Happy to have her along as we begin the Denny's PBA Tour season here on ESPN. Live coverage. Jones and Malott winners already. And now we go to the final, Randy, as Tommy Jones looks to stay red hot. That's the question. Can he do it? Leading us to the Geico Direct Championship recap.
In semifinal number 1, it was Tommy Jones defeating Chris Barnes by the score of 236-213. TJ starting right where he left off, winning for the 14th straight time on TV. And in semifinal number 2, it was Wes Malott defeating Mike Wolfe by the score of 236-209. Wes Malott using the big wheel to defeat his opponent, setting up a great championship match here at the Denny's PBA Tour 2005 Tulsa Championship.
Great arena setting here at the Reynolds Center, which opened back in 1998, 138,000 square feet. As we see the keys to victory for you, Randy, between these two. Wes Malott, the emotions in check. Interesting you thought that.
Well, you know, the problems that he had with sliding is when he got too pumped up and got too fast. That's why he was going over the foul line. You got to think of it as just another match, and I know that sounds crazy, and it's not easy to do, but mentally you've got to get into a place where this match shouldn't be any different mentally than the last match he just won.
Malott gets started, championship match. First time he's ever been this far. Can he stay hot? 10 pin.
And watching the guys in practice, it looked like Wes was going to do a lot of this. He's increased his angle, meaning that he's moved farther left. He's still using the same break point down the lane, and his ball was either leaving a flat 10 or going through the nose.
Takes care of the 10 pin. And a pretty good off season, as he mentioned, with Erica. 5-match play wins there. First, second for him. Our Ace Hardware matchup, Jones and Malott.
Pretty tight again. Both players shooting 230 in their win, so it's going to be a good matchup. Spare conversions shouldn't be a factor again, but quite honestly, their strike percentage really hasn't come into play today. You see both players, Wes Malott at 70%, Tommy right around that. But quite honestly, on this pattern, I don't think the players have thrown enough strikes.
The tie coming in.
Come on.
And when I say not throwing enough strikes, Dave, you know, this is a real high-scoring pattern. What happens after practice and a couple of games on the same pair of lanes? The oil starts moving down the lane, and the lanes start to get what we call wet dry, meaning that you get the ball a little bit too far to the right, it overreacts, you get it inside of that, it underreacts. And I think that's what Wes Malott has going on right now.
Covers the 4-pin for his spare. He told us last night spares are something he's worked on very hard in the offseason. He mentioned the good success, including a win in the regionals over the summer. Trying to visualize the ball going down the lane. Really needs to concentrate. Wes missed a couple of spares this week he thought were makeable. He'll need his best game here in the final to beat Jones.
Please, look.
Oh, my.
The ball, listen, Tommy. Just in the nick of time for a double to start.
Both players playing identical lines. Check this out. Stroh motion right on top of one another. Out to the same break point and back. Wes Malott a little more side rotation with his release. Tommy Jones a little bit more up the back. But when you get breaks like Tommy Jones just got, that's kind of hard to beat.
Lane comparison for each. Back to TJ. Much better looking ball. All 10 down the pit for Tommy Jones. He has been unbeatable on television.
And I don't know if that was a mistake on his part. I mean, it was dead flush perfect, but it was certainly left of target and left of the break point down the lane. Look to see if Tommy's actually made an adjustment.
He has a turkey to start. Third frame. Big Wes Malott. He liked that in his hand for good reason.
Make the move. Let's get going. Come on. This match is still close.
That it is, Wes. His wife Meredith, son Jordan, now 2 years old, are here. Made the drive up first to the Dallas area where Meredith's mom lives. And about 4.5 hours from the Metroplex here to Tulsa. Rooting him on, going for a first title.
One good break deserves another. Tommy Jones got one, turned it into a 3-bagger. There's Wes Malott's wife.
And Meredith must love that shot. A double, third, fourth frame strikes for Wes Malott. But Jones has started off with a turkey. For the final when we return. Norm Duke, Chris Barnes, Patrick Allen, Walter Williams Jr., Brian Voss all made 5 shows last season. Right behind that, Mika Koivuniemen and Tommy Jones. The big difference, Tommy Jones won all 4 shows he appeared in. Japan Cup again this year, that's 5 in a row. Another win today over Chris Barnes to keep the streak going. He's now won 14 straight TV matches. And in the final, looks for the front 4. Chance for a 21-pin lead against Wes Malott here in Tulsa, and Tommy doesn't like that look. Backs off a second. We're to the verge of unprecedented dominance for Jones here. A couple wins away from setting the TV streak. He has been incredible. Shots like that.
You know what he did there? It looks to me like he moved in a little bit and just absolutely ripped the holes out of the back end of the bowling ball, threw it to the right side of the lane, and just have it peel back off the gutter. Watch this. He's going to really spank this one. That's some incredible angle he's playing. And just keep in mind, I mean, playing that kind of angle, if you miss hit it at the bottom of the swing, getting it in that direction, it's going in for 0.
To the channel.
Yes.
Correct. He's been so precise so far. Can he keep it going?
Wow.
Yes, he can. Front 5 for Tommy Jones to begin the title match. He has been brilliant. Last year, Jones was 5th. Chris Barnes right behind the most outstanding player on the tour. Player of the Year, Patrick Allen. We heard him with our president and CEO, Fred Schreier, a moment ago. Interview with Erica. PA was something. Won the World Championship. 3 times in all last year. Won the money title as well. Wes Malott just wants 1 win. It's going to be difficult against the freight train that is Tommy Jones right now, who started this match with 5 straight strikes.
Yeah, and you know what? That's right, Dave, but check it out. I mean, if Tommy Jones goes 9 spare in the 6th frame and then strikes out, and Wes Malott strikes out, they're going to tie at 279. Right now, trailing by 21. A strike here in the 6th frame, he's only going to be down by 11. So doing what he has to do and keeping the match close.
Another strike. Wes Malott, who started bowling in Texas at the age of 10. Also a big soccer player when he was younger, but a little too big for soccer. And stuck with bowling wisely so. He bowled at West Texas A&M under Mark Scroggins, who's PBA Tour professional, Mike Scroggins' brother. Mike was an assistant on that collegiate bowling team. Good background for Wes. Tommy goes for the front 6.
Money.
Has another.
Money.
Wow.
I mean, this is just some sick stuff right here. I mean, that ball is covering a lot of territory on the lane.
Goes for the front 7. Chance for a 31-pin lead. Keep in mind the Motel 6 bonus. Striking the 6th here, hitting $600 for Motel 6. Official lodging partner of the PBA. He's done that. He's got his money. Didn't like the look.
I dropped something.
Bowlers need complete concentration.
Yeah, I mean, how many times do you see those golfers back off, man? You know, it's a sport that involves concentration. You get into a building where there's a lot of noise, and you got to expect that kind of stuff to happen. Tommy's doing the right thing, regrouping. Had an opportunity to actually stop and hold on to it at the bottom of the swing, so he's fine.
Goes for 7 straight. Has it.
Wow. And look at that demeanor, just as calm and unassuming as you could imagine. Look at him. It's amazing that in about a year to a year and a half, the type of champion that Tommy Jones has turned into. He's gone from a guy that made a couple of shows to a player who dominates out on tour and also dominates television.
Back to Wes Malott. Certainly has a great look to the pocket. If you're thinking 300, Jones does have 300 in his career. 13 in his career, and the last was in Japan this year.
Shrek's not going anywhere. Tommy Jones and Wes Malott, good friends off the lanes. And Wes Malott knows that if he can keep striking, all it's going to take is one miss from Tommy Jones to give him a chance. Oh my Lord.
Look out, it is in the gutter.
God damn it, I was gonna stop and I didn't.
Well, Randy called that. When you're flirting and taking that line of the pocket with the channel the way they were, there's the danger. One little slip and it could go right in the channel.
Should have stopped. God damn it, I was gonna stop and I didn't.
Something caught him, not sure what it was, but something distracted him.
Now for a spare, he needs them all down and does get it.
How big do you think Tommy Jones' eyes got when that ball went into the gutter?
31-pin lead now. Goes for number 8. How many times has it been done on TV in history? 16 times. 300 games on television. The last, Mika Koivuniemi beat Jason Couch, December 2003, Windsor Locks, Connecticut, near Hartford. Before that, Norm Duke, January of 03 in Tacoma, Washington. Goes for the front 8. Oh, there it is.
That's right! Come on!
TJ keeps it on the lane, 9th and 10th. That's all she wrote. But right now, he's not thinking about title. He's thinking about perfect 300.
How many more perfect shots does the hottest bowler on the planet have in him? Number 9, maybe. You bet.
Hi, honey.
Wow, I mean, what do you say about this guy? I mean, he's made, with this check today, he's going to make over $300,000 in the last 13 months. And right now, on the crest of bowling the 17th perfect game ever on national television.
Deficit balloons for Malott to 51 pins. You're getting a 0-pin count first ball, 8th frame. Remember that gutter ball for a long time, unfortunately. As he rebounds with 3 great shots in a row. It appears his quest for a first ever career title will fall short today to the great Tommy Jones.
Stop. Football good.
That you did, Wes, no question. Great run for him, winning his first ever TV match, making the final for the first time ever.
Yeah, Wes Malott not short on confidence, and this isn't going to hurt his confidence any the rest of the year. You could rest assured.
Last time we saw 300 on TV, who could forget it? Mika Koivuniemi, 2003. In Connecticut at Windsor Locks. Jason Couch for a great game.
Please! No!
Great job. But Mika was that much better. 300 at 248. It's been that long. Jones goes for another. Get it! He got it! Late help! How about that? On the cheetah pattern.
Last time we had 300, Mika Koivuniemi did it on the cheetah pattern. Tommy Jones about to dupe it.
Come on.
Watch the great break right here, tripping the 2 forward. You know what? You don't bolt 300s without getting some breaks. 2 more shots to perfection.
There is a lane breakdown. Finishes on the right where he's been perfect. Can you believe the 7 stands for Tommy Jones?
Are you kidding me?
Incredible. He was 2 shots away from history. But he still is a PBA Tour champion yet again. His wife Kristen back home in South Carolina, expecting their first child in December. Wow.
Hi, honey. Hi, James. Hi, Andrew. See you guys soon.
What a start to the year for Jones, as he brings home yet another trophy, but he came just that close, Randy, to 300 game on TV.
Wow, you figure after he got that break, the trip 2 forward, that he was going to shoot 300. Next thing you know, there's a 7-pin stand with a pin leaning on it. Go figure.
Yes, Malott with his little son Jordan gets to take in all the action. Man of the hour is yet again Tommy Jones. There have been 2 tour titles awarded this year on the Denny's PBA Tour. Tommy Jones has won both. He's the hottest man in bowling.